Hey guys, it's Judith Dowds here. I am here to talk to you about how to get and stay in a healthy relationship, in a healthy marriage. Let me put that. I know in my previous conversation that I was talking to you guys, I wasn't quite sure. Again, this is my second video since I've come back onto teaching on relationships, and I wasn't sure about what I'm going to title my videos, and not my videos, my channel. So right now it's get and stay in a healthy marriage. You guys just stick with me. I might keep that, I may change it, but I'm thinking I like that because that's my mission. I'm big on family. I want everybody to have a family, a healthy family. And so that's my purpose in even coming back and having conversations with you guys. So, my previous message, I said that I'm talking about healing because a lot of us want a relationship, and I'm ready to dive in. I'm ready to dive into that topic. I'm ready to give you guys the necessary tactics, things that we can do, strategies in getting a relationship and actually staying in a healthy relationship. I'm ready to dive into that. But what I am noticing is that a lot of us have, guys, my throat is picking up. A lot of us we need help. We need to be healed, is what I'm saying. We need to be healed, and we've not been healed yet, and it affects us. It affects our relationships a lot when we're not in a healthy place, when we're not healed. Does it take a long time to get healing? No. Most of the time it takes just a decision to be made and let God do it through you. And just like that, you're able to move on to different stages in your life just because you have actually gotten to the place, okay, I'm going to make a decision. God, I'm trusting you. I'm ready for it. I'm going to pick up my bed. I'm going to walk, basically kind of thing. So that's where I am. I'm teaching right now how to get healthy, how to get healing. And then from that point, I will start teaching strategies because my mission and my goal is that women are glued to families, glued to relationships. And I want that so bad for the community, for our for the Christian community, for our families, our children. But we need to know how to be in a healthy marriage, how to get in a healthy marriage, how to be in a healthy marriage. And all of that starts with a lot of healing that we need to do within ourselves. So today, I want to talk to you guys about stop condemning yourself. And guys, just stick with me. I'm not going to be long. Hopefully this can be less than 10 minutes. Stop condemning yourself. We walk in a lot of condemnation. We tend to condemn ourselves and put that heavy weight and heavy burdens over our head. And it really keeps us from really being healed because we're constantly reminding ourselves of the faults, of the bad decisions that we've made. And when we keep replaying it in our heads, it's not allowing us to actually open our hearts and minds to receiving the healing that God is giving us, because we're allowing the enemy, who's the accuser of the brethren, to speak to us, and his words are louder to us than the word of God, who is saying that you are not condemned, you are justified. And so we need to receive that healing that God is giving us. So if you've ever been in fornication, adultery, if you've been lying to people because of things that happen, and you're building up the lies, if you're living in deceit, if you've been cheated on, if you're cheating on people, if you're making an idol out of a person or a thing, if you're dealing with homosexuality, if you're having hatred in your heart, what if you don't have a good heart? What if you're a mean person? Are you dealing with jealousy towards someone? Are you dealing in self-righteousness? Do you have a lot of pride? Are you insecure? Do you have a lack of self-love? I mean, the list can literally go on. And a lot of these things we tend to weigh on our heads and weigh over ourselves because we believe certain things about us because we've done it. Either we've done it or we've received it about us and we've acted upon it. So we believe these things about us, even though we're crying out for help and healing to the Lord. So stop condemning yourself. Let me give you the story that kind of brought me to this place. The Pharisees and the scribes were brought a woman to Jesus. They actually caught her in the act of adultery, cheating on her husband. And they brought her to Jesus while he was in a temple. And so they said, well, Jesus, according to the law of Moses, we're supposed to stone this woman for cheating on her husband. We're supposed to stone her. So what do you say, Jesus? And, just making this long story short, or it's not a long story, but shorter story short, Jesus basically said to them, he who is without sin, cast the first stone. Basically, he's saying, and y'all, again, this is a sensory light, so it's going to turn off. But basically, he's saying, if you ain't never sinned before, go ahead. I give you permission to go ahead and stone her or kill her, basically is what they're saying. Go ahead. I give you permission to kill her if you've never sinned before. And then one by one, starting from the oldest to the youngest, they've all started walking away. And so Jesus went to her, and he stood up and he said to her, is anyone out here condemning you? And then she said, no. And then he's like, well, I don't condemn you either. Hear me well. He says, I don't condemn you either. Now go and sin no more. Right back. Let me turn that light on. You have to understand that this particular woman, she didn't make no decision to change her life at that before she got there. She didn't make any decisions to change her life around. She was actually caught in the act. So basically, she was still sinning. Okay, she was still in that sinful place. And when they came and got her and caught her, she thought her life was going to be over, because the rules at the time in the law of Moses is, they're going to kill me. They're going to kill me because they caught me cheating. And guess what? Jesus just saved her life. He just saved her life. They wanted to stone her, but he saved her life. And then he told her, I don't condemn you. Now go and sin no more. And so that's where I want to get with you guys. It's time to heal. It's time to heal, and it's time to not condemn yourself anymore. But first, you have to make sure that the first step to not condemning yourself anymore is that you have to go and sin no more. Okay? What I'm finding, why is this important? Why is this even important? Why am I even talking about this? What does this have to do with relationships? Well, here it is. When you are condemning yourself, you're going to find yourself to be unworthy to a good man. Because listen, if I'm sitting here thinking to myself, dang, oh gosh, what is it? Someone, I can't even think of anything. I'm a cheater. I'm an adulterer. I lie. I'm a liar. I'm a fornicator. I got a lot of pride. I'm self-righteous. I don't believe in myself. Let's go to things we can think of on an everyday basis. I ain't smart enough. I ain't pretty enough. Those are condemnations. I'm not smart enough. I'm not pretty enough. When you're saying things that's not God doesn't say of you. These are things you're putting on yourself. You're accusing yourself of. When you start saying all these things about yourself and you're starting to believe it about yourself, you are literally downloading in your mind the things that the enemy wants you to receive, the accusations that he wants you to receive, so that there will not be any growth in you, so that if God is even trying to enter something in your ears for healing, you can't hear it because you've already received the word of the enemy. And when you receive that word, when you start to condemn yourself, guess what? You begin to see yourself as unworthy. And when you see yourself as unworthy, you begin to feel unworthy when you enter into a presence with a good man. And guess what? You begin to sabotage that relationship. Why? You may think that the guy can't see those insecurities that you're feeling about yourself. But he will see it. Why will he see it? Because out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. Everything that's actually going on inside is actually speaking. You ever notice that when you're with your kids start doing things and saying things that comes from you, but you don't even realize you're doing it until they actually start doing it. And it's like, well, dang, I didn't even realize that I do that. That's because you're not always noticing yourself. But the people around you are noticing they're noticing you. And so the things that are coming out of your mouth are things that are coming out of your heart. Your energy, your whole aura can represent somebody that's insecure. You ever seen somebody like walk like this, sit like this, or always looking down? Or you think this whole body language is not representing what's on the inside? Imagine me sitting straight and speaking and like the energy, and I'm fun, and these are the things that'll be happening on the inside. So whatever is happening from the inside is going to be represented on the outside. And so what I'm saying, if you've got a lot of unhealed places on the inside, your words will sabotage the relationship. He's going to find you to be extremely insecure. That's unattractive. He's going to find you to be someone that if it's a great man, he would want to find a woman that can help him build. But when he finds a woman that is struggling with way too many issues mentally, which they would call crazy because they can't deep dive what it is. They call it crazy because it is crazy. Then they find themselves not wanting to build a relationship with that woman. And guess what? Your pride won't let you see that you are the problem. You will find that he's the problem, because most guys aren't really going to tell you, hey, you got this, and this, and that's why I don't want to be with you. No, they're just going to either not say anything and just leave, or they might just use you for what they can get out of you, but knowing they might not take it there, because they put you in a category, If it's a good man, but even if it's a good man, he may not try to put you through all of that. But here's what I'm saying. My point is that you yourself may sabotage a relationship because of the things in you that are not healed. And then you will not identify yourself to be the problem. You'll say that it's him. Okay? So these are important. This is why it's important to be healed. So Are you able to be healed with the sin? No, you cannot. That's why Jesus says, I'm not going to condemn you. I'm not going to condemn you. So I want you to go, but sin no more. What is he saying? He's saying that condemnation and sin lives in the same room. Because if you're trying not to condemn yourself anymore, then you will also have to remove yourself from that sin. How can you not condemn yourself while you're still in that sin? Like if I'm a mistress, I will feel bad about being a mistress. I will constantly put on my head that I am a mistress. You know what I mean? So if I am a fornicator, I will feel bad about being a fornicator, and I will keep putting in my head that I'm a fornicator. So when a good man come around, I will have that guilt, that guilty feeling, that shameful feeling. And so it will not allow me to be healed. You cannot be healed still living in that same sin. Yeah, part of why you may be struggling with your healing is because you're still in that same sin. It's time to release it. It's time to release it for the healing, because you won't find the healing in it. Release it, give it to God, turn to God. Okay, so where was I? Because I'm not sticking to my notes, and I'm trying to follow it. We tend to want to get healing, but still carrying that, or basically are still stoning ourselves. People will want to stone you, like the people that wanted to stone that lady. They will want to stone you. But clearly Jesus is saying you can't, because you got your own sins to worry about. Jesus saying, I'm not stoning you. So why are you stoning yourself? So you're stoning yourself. Here's a stone. You're carrying the stones on your back. You're carrying, even after you release the sin, sometimes we carry the stones on our back. We've released it, but we're still feeling guilty. We're still accusing ourselves. We're still feeling that shame, and we're carrying that stones on our back. You're trying to heal carrying the guilt. You're trying to heal carrying the shame. You're trying to heal carrying the self-condemnation. You're trying to heal, but you're carrying the stones on your back, yet you're praying for healing. You have to understand, the weight of the stones on your back will bring you pain because it's heavy. It weighs, it burdens you. That's why it's important to give God your burdens. It's weighing on you. It's making you feel, it's probably why most people sit like this or look like this or very timid, because of that weight on their backs, because they've not released it. They've not loosed the condemnation, even after they've sinned. So first I was talking about the people that were in their situation and have not finished yet, but now, and I told you guys, okay guys, now he doesn't condemn you, now sin no more. But now I'm talking to the people that stopped that sin and said, okay, I'm trying to release it, but not, because you're still carrying it. I'm saying to you, you can't carry it and receive healing at the same time. God ain't condemning you. He's telling you you're justified. You're okay with me is what he's saying. You're okay with me. Now go and sin no more. Just come to me for your healing. Come to me for restoration. Come to me for when you feel weak. I am your strength. Come to me, because if you're trying to do it by yourself, you're going to fail. So where you feel weak, he is strong. Lay your heavy burdens on him and get your healing. You need that healing. They can't stone you. Jesus don't stone you, so you stop stoning you. You need that healing. You need that healing so that you can be in a healthy place. You can be in a good place, so you're not finding yourself feeling unworthy or insecure when you're trying to get yourself into a good relationship. And I mean, you need your healing for everything. But since I am a relationship conversations coach, I'm more so leaning towards why you need it in relationships. So again, release that condemnation. Release that condemnation. Release those accusations. Those are from the enemy. Jesus is not condemning you. Okay? Release it right now. Release it for your healing. Give it to God. Turn to God. Sin no more. And be on your journey to getting into a good, healthy relationship. I will end it right here because like I said I didn't want to go over 20 minutes, or maybe I said 10, but no more than 20. I will leave it right here. I want everybody to share this with all of your friends, because we about to be lit over here. I'm about to teach y'all how to get your healing, how to get yourself a good man, and then get yourself and stay in a healthy relationship. I am Judith Dials. I love y'all. Catch y'all later.